And these are questions that, by the way, given the broad spectrum of people we've been speaking to this evening in political parties that ideologically are polar opposites, are all clear in one thing, that confidence in this country's commissions of inquiry and the follow-up, especially in terms of what the recommendations are, has been found wanting. Let's get the view now of the Secretary General of the Good Party, also another member of the GNU, Brett Herron, joining us this evening. Brett, good to see you. So you've issued a statement quite quickly after the President's address, and you say his pronouncements this evening are not good enough. Where were they lacking and why?
Well, good evening. Look, the General Mkhwanazi's allegations were detailed, they were explosive, they were supported by some evidence, and in our view, what was warranted was an immediate, independent criminal investigation and not a commission of inquiry. I mean, a commission of inquiry, as we've experienced with the Zondo Commission, produces voluminous reports. These reports are regarded as prima facie evidence, which the law enforcement authorities still have to investigate before a decision to prosecute can be made. So in our view, the president should have appointed the SIU, who he referred to in his address as being an effective crime-fighting body. And it is authorized in terms of the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act, PRECA, to investigate these kinds of allegations. They should have been appointed. They have public credibility, but a commission of inquiry is too slow, too costly, and too cumbersome, and still requires, the outcomes still require a criminal investigation in any event.
And why, whose fault, in fact, Brett, is it, when you look at this country's history with commissions of inquiry, whose fault is it that the follow-through on the recommendations has been so underwhelming?
Well, I think it's the fault of the system, because a commission of inquiry is not an investigation, and the criminal justice system still has to conduct an investigation. If we look at the Zondo Commission, which produced thousands and thousands of pages of reporting on matters that most South Africans were already aware of, ultimately, though, I mean, we haven't seen a single prosecution really coming out of the Zondo Commission, because the crime-fighting bodies, the Hawks and the police and the independent directorate within the National Prosecuting Authority, still have to take that as prima facie evidence only and conduct a criminal investigation to get the level of evidence to a point where they can go to court confident that what they have is beyond reasonable doubt evidence of crime. So the appointment of a commission of inquiry in this case, where there was evidence presented by the general, is just the wrong call.
So Vuyo Zungula from the ATM, its leader in Parliament, believes that the announcement today by the president was basically him covering his back politically. Do you agree?
I'm not sure about the political dynamics entirely within the ANC. Obviously, there's lots of speculation about even the announcement of the allegations. And regardless of what is going on in the ANC politically, I think the president had to make a call in the interest of South Africans and in the interest of a criminal justice system that we can have confidence in. And appointing a commission of inquiry feels like it delays the process.
Brett Herron from the Good Party, good to talk to you. And you mentioned the ANC. We are hoping that we'll be able to get your reaction from the African National Congress, because it is the political home of both President Ramaphosa and Senzo Mkhunu. So it'll be interesting to see how they walk the tightrope between welcoming the pronouncements by the president this evening and indeed how far they'll go in commenting on the